It is currently 7:25 a.m., so I just want you to see this vantage point. I was across the street capturing the fake sun that moves as I move, and that's what stalking in the path is. Keeping something in the path which is moving in the engineer light and also creating light activity. That's what gang stalking is. The engineer light is pursuant to what is monitoring, and the entity is doing it in the environment, which lets you know what everybody is doing. Driving in traffic will never create the storm of light that you see, the web of light that you see on the walls. It will never create the volcano of lights that you see, the light that moves across the ceilings. This is gang stalking. That's the Ontario Fire Department. Michael Gherkin is already known to be a demon-possessed gang stalker monitoring my vagina. And the demon-possessed that are under this fake sun at 1 o'clock in the afternoon by entering into the same Starbucks on video like I documented, where at the same time it's over Los Angeles, while I'm inside of my apartment. That's what the Ontario Fire Department were doing then, trying to be a distraction, which they're not. They're exposing the city of Ontario for gang stalking, and that's what they're doing now, stalking in the path. They're inside of this same Starbucks after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the entity is maintaining this now. Specific environment where the demons are stalking in the path with light. This is the same thing that they're doing while the people of the state who are monitoring with the city of Ontario, because that's what this is light activity, and the people of the state are pacing. Now the inverse of this is the people of the state under the fake sun pacing and engineer light flying inside of the Starbucks. It's the same elements of monitoring. And the Ontario Fire Department arrives while knowledge of my documentation is underway. This is the tactic that the entity always engages in. 9SFR 839, 9HLY 978. Starbucks is inside monitoring with the city of Ontario as well. 8WVH 043. In the afternoon when the fake sun is right here, impossible light flies inside of the restaurant while the demon-possessed cross path. And the demon-possessed include the Ontario Fire Department, who are engaged in what is criminal summoning right now. The entity is doing so while I'm documenting right here, while all they're doing is pacing as a city. And this is the fake sun that's right here at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's right here over my head at the Starbucks and at the entrance. When I was across the street, you saw it moving as I move, which is exactly what this is, stalking in the path with light, the outward demonstration of demon possession by the Ontario Fire Department, who are engaging in this as a means of monitoring while I am exposing the fact that, but I've already shown you, when you see them crossing path with light flying inside of Starbucks, when you see the fake sun here at 11, and you see it still here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, like I've documented, you know the Ontario Fire Department are demons, you know the people of the state are demons, and they do that when I am documenting. This is why B Hook's going to federal prison, because the city of Ontario are a bunch of demons who are gang stalking. They're pacing right now. One body, multiple bodies in engineer light. They're under the fake sun that's still here 12 hours from now after 7 p.m. They arrive in the path pursuant to my use of my communication device to document. And these are the demons inside of the Starbucks, by the way, Ontario Fire, after 1 o'clock in the afternoon when the fake sun is still here. Hours from now, for it to be across the street over the top of my head is the pattern of conduct which the city of Los Angeles shares. Michael Moore and Dominic Choi, the demons of the demon possessed of the Los Angeles Police Department, gang stalking just like the city of Ontario is. The Los Angeles City Fire Department, just like the Ontario Fire Department is. The entity gang stalking at Alvarado Gardens, the venue where I remain, just like the Ontario Fire Department, the city of Ontario is at this venue where I remain. Gang stalking with the Ontario Fire Department, that's criminal summoning. AMR just added sirens. That's P.O.C. License 1332569, indicative of what the city of Ontario is doing, and this is that is present right here, and this is where the fake sun is going to remain. So I want you to see it through a Rigo, because this is the entity covering up the fake sun. It's right here, and it's still in the afternoon, in the late morning, when you see the Ontario Fire in my videos driving by at 11, and they're gang stalking in traffic with the rest of these demons who are stalking with impossible light. The Ontario Fire Department just engaged in what is stalking with light using a fire truck, which is why Michael Gherkin is to be relieved. He's a demon. He's obsessed with monitoring my vagina in the bathroom inside of this Starbucks, where the entity is keeping a fake sun, and the demon possessed, like the Ontario Fire who you see here, like the people of the state who you see here, are stalking with light, which is how you're monitoring. All right, it's currently 7:29 a.m. This is the fake sun. And as I begin documenting, the state arrives directly to engage in the elements of monitoring, pacing to and fro to, who are they speaking to? The people of the state. They engaged in monitoring on video right now, and it's based on what it is that I'm documenting and doing so, and that's an unlawful threat. Nathan Morgan's going to federal prison. He's the city of Ontario engaged in kidnapping. As the Ontario Fire exhibit how the city of Ontario is indeed a bunch of demons who are corrupt, engaging in what is public corruption, monitoring, targeting with the people of the state, who engaged in criminal summoning in order that C. Torres, L. Martinez, and Nathan Morgan commit kidnapping as an entity. And this is shared by Arrowhead Regional Medical Center. As surely as you see the Ontario Fire Department exhibit demon possession, create a method of light activity under the fake sun that is still here at 11, and it's still here at 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 p.m. This is the entity that's exhibiting demon possession. And I also want to be clear, because I'm working on the kidnapping that this entity committed, this is why the fake sun is arriving earlier. I've already documented this in 2021. And the Ontario Fire Department gang stalking under this fake sun at the same venue after 4 p.m. using what is the appearance of fire department services while they're pacing around me under the fake sun. It's already on the record. In 2021, I documented this same venue and the entity engaging that P.O.C. So I want to be clear, the entity is doing so with regard to the only weapon that the demon-possessed have is to fling light around like the demons that they are. Stalking and engaging in harassment, which it's going to be used to prosecute, and it's also for your identification purposes to know who the demon-possessed are and what they do. They engage in hiding in bathrooms, stalking in the path, while the government comes and provides facilitating activity. That's what that demon is engaging in the bathroom, while the Ontario Fire Department create light activity, while the entity is stalking with the fake sun. She's engaged in surveillance in the bathroom, license 7YJX757, and she's engaging in the P.O.C. with the entity who kidnapped me as well, knowing exactly who I am. That knowledge is shared by the entity stalking by planes, and also stalking by the Ontario Fire Department, and under a fake sun that stays here 12 hours from now. And the entity is engaging with a stalking with light because I'm prosecuting them and I'm publishing the kidnapping that they engaged in as an entity on May 29, 2025. That's why the entity is covering up the fake sun, but showing it at an earlier hour now, because this is what the entity is engaging in, molesting and terrorizing with impossible light activity, while black-faced demons and white-faced demons alike are targeting together. It is currently 7:32 a.m. This is P.O.C. at Starbucks, 507 North Euclid Avenue. And I'll remind you about video that I already have of the entity having the fake sun here, not covered up, and neither is the demon possession of the Ontario Fire Department. It's not covered up either. This is P.O.C.